In August 2017, Hurricane Harvey made landfall on the coast of Texas. The storm caused the worst flooding in Houston's history and displaced thousands of people. People were not expecting this mass amount of flooding, which was much more than Houston has ever had in the past.
There would be nothing, no matter what you did with this type of storm that came through, there absolutely nothing that could have prepared or could have been worthy of the amount of water that came through. We were talking, what was it, 50 something inches or 40 something inches of rain that came through. There's no system anywhere that could have handled that much downfall and drainage.
We put everything up. When we took our cars, we went to a hotel. We put everything up, I would say minimum of 3 to 4 feet, and then anything that was important probably was 6 feet or higher. We had 6+ feet of water, and it sat in the house for about 2 weeks.
The scale of Hurricane Harvey was far more powerful than people predicted. Houston has had extreme flooding the past few years, but Harvey surpassed anything the city has experienced.
Didn't really believe it was going to flood.
Had no idea that
No, because our house had never flooded.
Right. We had risers that were about 8 inches, and it came in so fast this time. There was no way to keep up with it.
Well, since it was my first one, I mean, there have been other close calls that we've had. In fact, there were 4 of them in between 2015 and 2016. So the water always comes up. We're used to that, and so are you. But this one just kept coming. I knew in the middle of the night on Saturday night that it was not a good situation, and I had a really bad feeling about it.
Even after the storm had ended, the overwhelming amount of water had nowhere to go. Much of the city was still inaccessible for weeks after the major flooding.
When I purchased the house we have now, I grew up in a area down in South Texas that flooded all the time. So whenever I bought this house, I made sure about the elevation when I bought it. I hate to say it, but I didn't want to I didn't want to go through flooding again. So I made sure that where I was living was at the highest point of that area.
I know they say it's a 1,000-year flood, but when they described Allison that hit in 2001, they said that was a 100-year flood, but 16 years later we're having a 1,000-year flood. So is it going to surprise me if it happens again? No.
Every person had a unique experience during this flood.
It's like a very disorganized camping trip that never ends.
Some people lost everything in the flood, including some of their most prized possessions that they were unable to save.
We had a lot of our things stored in cardboard boxes, and we would have them stacked up because I had a lot of my mom's stuff. And I didn't realize that when the water comes in, the bottom box gets soggy and the top boxes fall over the water. So having them up high didn't do one bit of good.
Throw a bag together, which I filled with some of the most non-essential things you'd ever think of. It was just, I couldn't believe what was actually happening.
When I was seeing the water hit these items, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to let go of that. And then, you feel like, but then you think, wait a minute, I'm probably never